Ms. Miller.
Thank you, Chairman Cummings and Ranking Member Comer, and to all of you all for being here today. As technology continues to evolve and grow, the question of proper uses for facial recognition in our society is becoming increasingly important. Ms. Garvey, how far out are we in the United States from having facial recognition technology that is 100% accurate on photos of people in all demographics?
I can't speak to where the technology's at, but I will say based on how law enforcement agencies use the technology, it doesn't matter how good these algorithms get if low quality images or the images of wrong people are submitted, which is what we're seeing at the law enforcement level.
Are there any cities in the United States that are deploying real-time face surveillance?
We see Chicago and Detroit have both acquired the technology. We do not know the level to which it has been deployed. In 2013, Chicago did report back to the DHS, the funder of their system, that the capabilities were up and running. They have since said they do not use the capability. We don't know about Detroit. A handful of other agencies across the country, Los Angeles, the West Virginia Intelligence Fusion Center, and others have either piloted or have looked to purchase this technology as well.
Okay. Are there any federal agencies, to your knowledge, that utilize real-time face surveillance?
The U.S. Secret Service is piloting a program around the White House complex as we speak. We do not know the degree to which the FBI has been piloting this. We do know they acquired or have been using Amazon Recognition, which is the same surveillance capability that Orlando's been piloting in real time, but there's no transparency into how and when they're using that.
All right, to you and Ms. Giuliani, can you discuss some of the wrongful arrest cases that have arisen as a result of the inaccuracy for the facial recognition?
Sure. I think that one of the concerns is that we don't even have a handle on the full scope of cases. And that's because, number one, we're not seeing data about how often these algorithms are resulting in false matches. And number two, when defendants are being charged, they're not necessarily being provided notice or given all the information. So the question you ask is a very good one, but it's one that we don't actually have, I think, full data about.
I would echo that. I speak to public defenders a lot. There have been close to 3,000 arrests in New York made, including the use of face recognition technology. Those 3,000 defendants were not told that face recognition was used. Maybe some of them were. A vast majority of them were not.
Well, like Chairman Cummings, I've had many people tell me that they've seen my twin somewhere else, and I think we all resemble someone else, so it is kind of scary. Have there been, can you set a federal floor for minimum standards for the use of facial recognition technology, and what would those federal standards look like? Both of you.
I think that when we're having this conversation, one of the questions we should be asking is there an alternative that's less invasive, right? We've talked about how face recognition is different and how it raises fundamental concerns with regards to our First Amendment rights, with regards to persistent and constant tracking. There are very real risks with this technology, and we should be asking, are there other alternatives that can serve the same needs, that are less invasive and less concerning? And I think that would be helpful to have as we're having this debate to determine what the standards should be and whether there are uses, if any, that should be permitted.
I would agree, and I think the constitutional risks that face recognition pose provide good guidance for a legislative floor. Prohibitions on use that would violate the Fourth Amendment, that would risk chilling free speech, that would affect the 14th Amendment rights to due process and equal protection.
That was my next question. So thank you. I yield back my time.